saints. We are back. Another week, another episode. Episode 6. I had something witty I was gonna say. I'm stressed. I'm blessed. I'm full of mess. That's accurate. I got some mess to discuss. But I hope that you had a wonderful week. It's Friday. Some of us got paid. Remember last week I was like, if you didn't get paid next week, it comes again. This your week. Happy Friday. Happy payday. And you don't got to pay your rent. Well, you shouldn't. Well, I pay my rent on the 1st. I don't know how y'all pay your rent, but I digress. Excuse me. We are one of these days. I'm not gonna do that. Excuse me. But we are back with another episode. I actually have some topics today because it's only Tuesday, but since some of y'all said that the week starts on Sunday, the last couple of days of this week have been a little crazy. I've been dealing with I've been having to have a lot of sex role conversations, amongst, women, Jesus, Father God, women and men. So I kind of want to talk to y'all about that. Okay. First off, let's start proper. The Instagram and all the things are going to be up here in this section. Go ahead and bang the subscribe button. I like saying bang. Bang the subscribe button. Tag a friend. Comment. Like it. Share it. Because that stuff matters. Also, your girl is now on Apple Podcasts. I'm going to put a picture up here. Right here. On the wall. Also, I didn't check the comments yet. If y'all didn't comment on this damn light, I swear I'm going to eat this microphone. Okay? Tell me it's cute. But I'm going to put a picture of my pod on Apple Podcasts right here. Now, it's not like a big deal because my last podcast is on there too. Like, you just got to do it. But since the day I dropped this pod, I've been waiting for it to be approved or something like that. And for some reason, it was giving me the hardest time. And now it's done. Now we're just working on Spotify. If I can remember the password to my Spotify account, we'll be up. Okay? Hot Girls will be up. Right now, the Hot Girls is down. But no, neither here nor there. So let's get into this, right? Excuse me, I still have a cough. Okay. Multiple things happened this week. We were having a conversation, me and a group of people, and I don't even know how I don't know how the conversation got to what it became, because I came in on the tail end of everybody just kind of going berserk. But the conversation was, there was a guy in our group who said, this is what I heard. He said, how do y'all feel about coffee dates for a first date? I was there for that. I immediately responded and said, love that. Think it's super cute, which I do. I think it's a great first date. It's intimate. We have to talk to each other. There's food. Love it. Someone responded saying that they liked this, that they also liked it. They thought it was cute. Someone said they liked it, but they need something after it. Like that wouldn't have been enough. And then I blinked my eye and the whole conversation had turned to shit. Sorry, Mom. I don't know how, but when I say turn to shit, sorry, Mom, turned to shit. Sorry, Mom. They were just going at it. So somehow, to my understanding, he mentioned the coffee date because his friend had taken a woman out on a date. And let me see something. It still does. Okay. These headphones make a sound that I very much hate. Like the cord rubs up against something and it drives me crazy. Let's try it back here. Nope. Still hear it. Okay. Whatever. Anyway, so he said he had a friend who took a woman out on a date, and he took her to Ruth's Chris. If you don't know what that is, it's a steakhouse. Somehow, just the two of them, I don't know. I've never been to Ruth's Chris. I don't eat. You got to be kidding me. Get in your bed. Every fucking week. He took her to Ruth's Chris. Somehow, the two of them, this turned into a date of $800. The guy telling the story basically said he wasn't really messing with the idea of it. He thought it was too much. And then he said he feels like women need to earn his money. Like they need to earn an $800 date. They need to work for it. Like, work for it. And the women in the chat went crazy. When I came in, it was bitches this and bald head that and all types of malarkey just going on. It was mayhem. Shout out to Mariah. And I just came in to diffuse the situation. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why are y'all cursing each other out? What happened? We were talking about coffee. And then they explained, everything that happened. Now, I came in, I had to mediate. Okay. I'm an admin in the space. So I come in and I'm like, basically at this point, I just want everybody to shut the hell up so I can figure out what's going on. Because I want everybody to feel comfortable. And I could tell that he was very much getting his ass whooped. Like he was standing his ground. I will give him that. Because it's rough in that chat. He was standing his ground. Excuse me. But it was tense. It was very, very tense. So I'm trying to simmer everybody down and figure out what's going on. And they explained to me what's happening. And people are tagging me, asking me to actively kick him out of this chat, which I'm not going to do without cause. What is the problem? They explained what's going on. And I was like, hey, we can all have our opinions. Just be respectful, blah, 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 blah. I then went on to say, I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't disagree with him, right? Hear me out. If I'm talking to someone, very first date, coffee date, cool. Drinks and dinner, cool. If you ask me out, I think you should be paying for the date. We not going Dutch on the first date, bro. I'm just not doing it. You asked me out. Second date, you know what I mean? All that other kind of stuff. We could talk about it. Because I'm going to be honest, I do not mind splitting a bill. Except on my birthday. That's it. Honestly, I'll split the bill any other time. Valentine's Day, you know what I mean? Any other time, I will split the bill. Your birthday, you don't even have to touch your wallet. But other than that, each other's birthdays, neither of us should have to touch the check. I stand by that. Outside of that, I don't mind splitting the bill. I don't mind paying for the bill. If you pay all the time, let me pay for it. I do not have an issue with that. I like paying for the bill sometimes. I feel like a bad bitch. But that's Starbucks. That's Capital Grill, which is not cheap. That's Bonefish or something like that. Y'all like to go to cheesecake, or maybe y'all don't I don't know. Something like that. $800 is a bag. $800 is half of somebody's damn rent. That's not a cheap check. What the fuck did you eat and drink? A date is only about 2-3 hours maybe. And I feel like 3 is pushing it. And I'm talking about the dinner portion of the date where he spent the $800. What the hell is you doing for $800 at a dinner table? Okay. $800. Somebody needs to come home with us. We need to be taking some steak home raw to cook later, pre-seasoned for $800. I don't understand that. That's semantics, okay? That's neither here nor there. That has nothing to do with the story. But I said $800 is a big bag. He's right. You do need to earn that. And I say my earn, I feel like was a little bit different than his earn. My earn was more so, I'm talking to someone right now. If I expected us to go on a date or he takes me on a date, I'm not expecting him to spend $800. I'm not even about to run up an $800 bill, because what have I done to make him feel like I am worthy of spending 800 of his hard-earned dollars. That's crazy. Even I feel like maybe like $100 probably around what people usually spend about now. Well, at least with me, because I'm gonna eat. I'm telling you right now, I'm eating. I'm not one of them salad eating chicks. Okay, perhaps a salad, perhaps not. So you probably going. I'm going to eat. So I feel like $100, like, okay, that's doable. But anything like over that, like I treated a friend. Now, mind you, we went to what has now become my favorite restaurant, Lock Bar, down in Center City. I treated my friend when we went out. She got an appetizer and an entree. I got an appetizer and an entree. I did 2 espresso martinis and she got like one thing to drink or something. In total, with the tip and everything like that, it was like $186. I then went back with my dad the next week, and somehow I spent $185 that time. And then I went with my friend, and I think him and I split it, or maybe he paid. No, I think we split it or something like that. And I spent like 180 something again. So I don't know. Something I'm ordering at this restaurant is like minimum $180. I don't know how, but either way, 180, like that's like I'm going to a Lock Bar is not cheap, and it is not like wear your jeans and tennis shoes. It is a nice restaurant. You need to get dressed. When I go to a place like that, okay, 180, closer to 200, that makes sense. It's upscale. Ruth's Chris is expensive, but the math just ain't mathing for $800, especially on a first date. What did you do on this first date? Because on a first date, like, what have we done so far? We texted. We probably talked on the phone. We might have FaceTimed. It's a first date. So nothing has happened in this span of time for him to feel like he should drop an $800 bag on me. That's just my thought process. I agree with him. His delivery was high quality, high grade horse shit. I told him verbatim. Actually, today I said elephant shit. His delivery, his word choice, all of that was trash. And I said, it's not the point that you're trying to make. The way that you are delivering it, you are putting lobster on a trash can lid and saying, here, I'm serving you this. No wonder these bitches ain't biting, because you're talking to them crazy. Like, what you're saying makes sense. And even someone else said, I agree with him. Like, I get that. However, he was talking to us crazy when he said it. And so I said, so after all of that, so one, let's talk about that. We talking first dates, or I guess, dates in general, because he did say $800 period. Like, you got to earn that. You got to work up to that. I agree. I dated somebody for 2-3 years, never came close to spending up an $800 check, be it in the mall, in the damn Miami, nowhere did I ever spend an $800 check with this person. Never. That's crazy. But I'm also very cognizant of people's dollars. So, I mean, that could be a me thing. What are your thoughts on this? Like, is it because he used the word earn? Because a lot of the women in the chat didn't like the word earn. They were like, who are you for me to have to earn, earn something from you or prove something to you? And like, quite literally, the nigga with the wallet, like, he asked you on the date. So you do need to, he likes you. He wants to take you out. He's looking for something. Y'all are both sending y'all representatives to this date. You need to make sure she shows up in wonderful fashion, because that's not a small sum of money. It's just not. So you do need to show him that, a little bit before and after this. Like, if he spends this amount on you, are you about to just get up and then go text somebody? You know what I mean? Like, that's something needs to be invested here. We need to kind of like figure something out. And I'm not saying that they need to get married or date or anything like that, but that's not a small amount of money. So yeah, you need to do, like, I don't want to say do something for it, but like, you need to, I'm leaving here with something. And I don't know your damn phone number or what, I don't know, but I think he's right. I think he's absolutely right. That's not a small amount of money. People work hard for their money. Men work hard for their money. They're expected to pay And y'all can comment and say he ain't got to pay for me. But in the roles, he's expected to pay for the date. When you spending $800, explain what he paying for. What comes after this? You know what I mean? Like, there's $800. This damn sure gonna be a second date. I'm telling you right now, because that's kind of crazy. So, one, what's the thoughts on that? Now, I don't know if the $800 is an exaggeration, but let's just say for shits and giggles, like 300. You know what I mean? Either way, it's the earning thing. I think when you say women have to earn, you're a man, like a woman has to earn my money. All right, it sounds a little crazy. And then because then the conversation led to, they were saying they would date a man. They would date a man who didn't have a lot of money. There was some conversation about them being willing to date a man that didn't necessarily have a lot of money. Because then some other people were saying, like, bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, y'all not about to date somebody who's broken and got absolutely no money at all. If you're saying that, you're lying. It depends on who's saying it. I think it depends on who's saying it. I don't need to date somebody who's paying six figures and all that kind of stuff, but you gotta have a job, make some money, save some money, do something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not dating a homosexual. So I think it depends on who's saying it. I think it depends on the person and, you know, how they carry themselves and what's their habits and stuff. Like, I think that plays a part in it. But I mean, the point stands, right? So that then leads to, in defense of himself, somehow someone called him broke, and then he called someone bald. And when I saw bald and I saw it to a black woman, I lost all my shit a lot. And I was like, well, I'm shutting all this shit down. And I was like, listen, you can have your opinion. You can say what you got to say. I agree with you. What I will not tolerate is first, I came at all the women. And I was like, you cannot come at him like that. His opinion is opinion. He ain't lying. If you don't like it, don't talk to him, or y'all can have a conversation. Everybody just shut the fuck up and let's move on. Cool. They were fine. Sort of. Then I went to him and I basically defended him and was like, what he's saying is accurate. I agree with him wholeheartedly. I don't have no problem with this. It's simply your tone. Choose different words. What I will not tolerate is the disrespect of black women. Left it at that. Someone said, let's all hug and make up. They were sending all types of hug emojis and everything like that. They were exclaiming my message. It was fine. Well, he took it upon himself to reach out to me to then say that I was basically biased because he's a black man and I was letting them disrespect a black man. Motherfucker, the first thing I did was told them not to come at you. So immediately I'm pissed off because these are people that I've been cool with for months. This person just came in here, I don't know, like 3 days ago. So what are you talking about? So I was like, did you not see the message where before I said anything, excuse me, to them, or before I said anything to you, I said something to them in defense of you. I told them they cannot disrespect you. It was not right. You had a right to say what you said. And I even said I agreed with you. Or did we just skip over that whole part? He responded something to the effect of, well, I didn't read the whole thing. I just saw your comment about them being black women. So why are you talking to me if you didn't read the whole thing? Dummy. So that pissed me off. So I just didn't respond. And then something happened. Was that today? Honestly, I think it was today. Today is Tuesday. I think it was today. Where again, because now they got their eyes on this man and now he can't do nothing right at all. He's just going to have to I don't even know, buy us all flowers or something. Send us a chocolate bar. send a bitch a Sprite. I don't know, because they don't like him at all. No matter what he does now, they just ain't gonna be messing with him. So today, the issue somehow turns in. Oh, he says something. He's a little odd. Just in the way that he speaks. Sometimes, like, he uses words that, like, you could just say, they were talking about something, meat, breakfast, something food related. He came in the chat first thing in the morning and said he was trying not to eat animal meat or animal flesh, something weird. It was animal. I think he said animal meat. And they all were like, why didn't you just say you try not to eat meat? Like, why can't you just say, like, I'm not eating chicken, I'm not eating beef? Why'd you call it animal meat? That's weird. Well, that turned into another conversation where people was talking about being weird and being broke, and it's F-U, and everybody's a B word, P word, A word, N word, just like all these types of words. And now my phone is banging. And I was like, what is going on? I see his name pop up. Now I'm like, now what? They argued again. And I was like, listen, I'm not doing this another day. Make it stop. What's the problem? Somehow we get back to the way the way he speaks to women. I scroll up, I read through. So I put everybody on like quiet, and I said, all the women, explain what your beef is. What is your problem with him? Give me actual factual points that we can talk about so that we can address it. I can address it with him, and we can actually have a problem to solve, make some actionable items. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to bitch and moan, let's bitch and moan with a plan. So they say what they're saying to me. I'm hearing all of it. One person in particular, who I love to death, made a statement that was like, unless he's been weird to y'all don't get it, and y'all just think we're overreacting. So I felt bad, because I'm like, well, I don't want her to think that I don't care, because it's not that at all. It's just that I need to know specifically what he's doing or saying so that I can then address it with him, so that you don't have this issue. It's not that I don't care. It's not that you know what I mean? And she alluded to, or she either said it or she alluded to us thinking that they were taking it too far. Like, they were just blowing it out of proportion. And I was like, it's not that at all. I wholeheartedly believe you. I hear what you're saying. I don't take it lightly. I just want to get to the bottom of it. But now that's in the back of my mind that she thinks that, right? So they say what they have to say. Cool. I basically said, again, respect his opinion. If he says something to you that you feel you are personally being attacked, or you are genuinely disrespected or something, say something to me, because I have no problem. I got smoke for anybody in there behind them, because they've been in here the longest. They are diehards. Like, I don't play when it comes to them, and I don't play the whole men bashing women thing. I don't like it. I think it's a bitch nigga move. I don't care for it. So, and that was my issue, because I couldn't tell if he was just attacking them or if he was defending himself. Coming to look back and forth is a little bit of both, but because they get so spicy, they have now activated him, and now he's attacking them back, but he's defending himself. So I can't tell him not to defend himself, because y'all attacking this man. So now y'all just in here having a war, and everybody's upset and up in arms and complaining because he right at y'all with the smoke. And I do mean right at them. So then I ask him, what's your problem? Somehow, get in your bed, please. Somehow me asking him this, he, says what his first problem is. And that's, I'm going to be very honest with you. Your point the other day about the $800 date, agreed wholeheartedly. Didn't think anything was wrong with it. I just think that what you say is high grade elephant shit, the way you say things. I think it is the way you say it and the words in which you choose to string together that sets people off a little bit, because you don't think. I said, this is a chat full of women, so you need to be mindful of the things that you're saying and the way that you're speaking to people, because it's crazy. And they don't have to put up with that, and they're not having it. They are having none of it. Not today. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. They're not for it. I've seen them attack people much closer to them. And I even said, ask this person how they were on him when he got up in here, and he joined the same day they did. And they, poor thing, to this day, he still catches heat in this chat. It's just that now he's kind of learned how to navigate it, and he realizes when, like, sometimes he'll just put in the chat, yo, it's not even worth it. I got into an argument with somebody in the chat one day, and he was like, listen, she on her shit tonight. That might not be what you want to do, friend. And it wasn't. And he didn't listen, and we got into a whole kerfuffle. So I was like, you kind of need to find your place in this chat. That's one. Two, it's a chat full of women. You can't come in here talking to them crazy. No one's dealing with that shit. I wouldn't. I say all this, right? Everything. I agree with you. The only thing, watch your tone. He came back at me basically with the whole thing again about I'm a man. There's no woman should be disrespecting a man. Like all this crazy shit. I didn't attack you. Like, I didn't disrespect you. I defended you. But now again, the man versus woman thing has come up. So someone says something about him being a misogynist or something like that. And I was like, yeah, it's giving She-Man Woman Haters Club for shit sure. Because you can't say anything. Everything comes back to attacking. Like, no matter what, you want to attack them for something. You want them to be wrong and you to be right, and that's it. No gray area. So someone was like, she just defended you. Like, she had your back. She agreed with you. So what is the problem? And I kind of just, once I realized it was going nowhere, I just kind of shut the whole thing down. And I said, listen, you like to fight. I like to tussle. And I don't have time. And his response to something that I had said was, I always got time. One thing I got is time. I always got time for smoke. I always got time to argue. And I said, ew, that's giving sassy man apocalypse. And we don't like that. You as a man, you're throwing this whole man thing. You're a grown man. Why are you arguing with a woman? If we want to get into gender roles, why are you arguing with a woman? Shut your ass up. They in here arguing and being catty or whatever, however you feel that they're being. As a man, leave. Start again later. It's a chat. You can just close the app. You don't have to sit in here. But instead, you sit here and you troll and you argue and you yell and you cuss them out and call them names because you got time today. Literally, I got time today. I've said that before. I have said before an argument, oh, I got time today. Why are we saying the same thing, sis? That's sassy. That's why they're coming at you, because you come at them like a girlfriend. You can't be doing that. So I kind of deaded the whole issue. I was over it. But then it brought up this conversation about men and women and all this kind of stuff. And we had the conversation about, like, at the end of the day, respect people for who they, respect people's opinions and all that kind of stuff. Like the golden rule bullshit. Treat people how you want to be treated, blah, 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 blah. Which you wouldn't think you had to say in a chat full of grown ass people, but you do. You really do, especially in this one, because they got time. He think he got time. They got time. So we had this whole conversation and it kind of died and we let it live where it was at. Cut to this evening, having a conversation with someone. And I make a statement about something that I felt was happening. Basically, like, I thought someone was saying something to me. And I kind of made a statement that was like, oh, so-and-so is doing this. And the response that I got was, well, what did you do to warrant that? Or what did you do to welcome that? And I was like, ew, like, no. And I just got quiet and I laughed. But not, it wasn't ha ha funny. It was ha ha weird, because why would you say that to me? What makes you think I had to do something to warrant something either being done to me or being said to me? This is, and let me be more specific. It was me, a woman, talking about a man. And I was saying that he wanted to do something or something, something like that. And I was like, oh, so-and-so wants to do X, Y, and Z. Well, what did you do to warrant that? Or what did you do to welcome that? It was either warrant or welcome. I can't remember exactly what it was. And I was like, nothing. Like, what do you mean? So that kind of turns into an argument, obviously, because I don't understand. Why not say what the hell is going on, or why he's saying that? Why is he doing that? There are some questions in here that need to be filled in. The initial thing should not be, what did you, woman, do wrong to make this man feel like he could do or say whatever? Something about that made my asshole itch. So I got annoyed and I kind of just deaded the whole thing. And I was like, I'm not about to talk to you about this because this is going to turn into something. Like let's just not. It turns into something. And then it turns into something where I had to kind of step back, and now I'm replaying some things that have been said to me. I'm going over like situations and stuff. And I was like, you might be a misogynist because at any opportunity to blame the woman, you going to take that. No matter what I say to you, you're going to find a way to make that backfire, to then have to ask me, what would you do? I said hypothetically one time, we go out somewhere, you take me with you, and your actual friend, you take me to a party with you or something like that. Your actual friend steps to me, how you gonna act? Mind you, I'm asking I'm joking. Cause I just like to, start a riot a little bit. So I'm just asking for the simple fact of like hearing like, I'm gonna knock him out. Just so I could be like, ooh. That's what I get for playing games, because I didn't get the answer that I wanted. The response that I got was, I'm going to sit back and see how you react. I said, not a test, Lord. Not a test. And they were like, yeah, I'm going to see how you act. If somebody steps to you, one of my friends steps to you, I'm going to see how you act, because you never approach the man. You approach the shorty. Why? Since when? Why? Now I understand, because my mom used to tell me like, if you have an issue, like if you're dating someone and you find out someone's been cheating or whatever, you don't go attack that woman because she don't owe you nothing. You attack the person that you're dating because they are quite literally your partner. That's your person. They owe you something. This lady don't owe you a damn thing. However, your man do, or woman. So immediately that's what I'm thinking. But it's reversed, because that's your friend. That's not a stranger. So your friend, a man, has stepped to me, let's just say for the purpose of the situation, your girl, a woman, and instead of you seeing it and being like, yo, what are you doing? You're waiting for me to make a move to mess up so that you can then pounce on me. You're testing me. Instead of stopping it where it is and realizing that the initial interaction was your friend stepping to me, therefore making him wrong by all standards, and just deading it where it is, you're going to let it continue. You're going to allow this to grow because you want to test me. You want to see how froggy I get. That's weird. That's weird. Because when I don't let him talk to me, then what? Are you going to say something to him? Are you going to, you know what I mean? That's just weird. And I don't like the whole testing a woman to see how she's going to act thing. I don't like that. That's peculiar to me. Check the man who was wrong. So then I gave another scenario where I said, I'm in the club. You're not even there. I'm in the club. I'm dancing. I hit you up, or maybe I said that they were there. I don't know. Like, I say that somebody, this man in the club grabbed my ass. What's the response there? And now I'm asking, not to cause a problem, I'm asking to see, before I call this nigga a misogynist, let me throw some situations out there and you know what I mean, feel it out and see what the vibes are. Well, the response was, what was it? You had it out. Something like, it icked me so bad that I didn't even, like, I can't. It was something like, I'm going to ask you, no. Obviously you was dancing on him, or you were doing something, like you had it out there. So of course he grabbed it, or something like that. Something like that. That I was like, no, incorrect. Wrong answer, forehead. Because again, I don't care if I go to the club ass naked, dance up on a table type beat, pouring liquor all over myself. No one should ever put their hands on me until I say, put your hands on me. How this became my fault. Even if I'm dancing on someone, you can dance with someone without them grabbing your ass. So again, how did I become the person who was wrong in this situation? I don't like that. That pisses me off. It gives she-man woman haters club. It gives yuck. I don't like it. So I was like, okay. You done said some stuff that I don't really care for. So I don't really know like how to deal with you now, because at every turn, you got something crazy to say out of your mouth when it comes to a situation between a man and a woman. And for some reason, you think that the woman, oh my God, excuse me if you heard that belch. You think that the woman, what do you expect? You know what I mean? Like the woman is the problem. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know, but I don't like it. But that then led to a conversation about the roles of, again, the man and the woman. What are you expecting your woman to do? This dog is driving me crazy. Dog for sale. What are you expecting your woman to do? What are you expecting your man to do? Like, if I go somewhere, I had a situation where someone that was a friend asked somebody I was talking to a very outrageous question. I wasn't mad at him. I was mad that he didn't say something in the moment. But once he told me, I was like, and he asked me, he was like, are you upset with me? I'm like, no, I'm not mad at you. Did you do something where I should be mad? Like, she pressed up on you. Did you press back? Because if so, I'm gonna be mad at that. But if she initiated the thing, then that's when I'm gonna be, I'm more upset with her, because again, technically speaking, this dog farted. Oh my God. Technically speaking, you don't owe me anything either. Cause you do. Well, I don't know. You do, cause we were talking. But that's my friend. So she knows better. You also know better, but in the grand scheme, that's the person who really is like, what is wrong with you? Why would you be doing that? So then we just kind of had a conversation briefly about what you think is not necessarily the problem. And I guess it is, but it depends on what your intention is when you're saying this stuff. So if initially, if you're genuine, if you're genuinely asking, if you're trying to figure out what the situation was, then ask me what happened. Like, what you mean he did that? Why he say that to you? What happened? That's acceptable, because you're asking a general question. Once you start to point blame, like once you're a man just trying to point blame at a woman just because you just firing off at any bitch in the crowd, that's crazy. That's not what that's supposed to be. Because to me, if we're speaking men versus woman gender roles and all that stupid shit, aren't you supposed to protect me? You're supposed to be my protection. So even if I walked up to this nigga and danced all up in his face or whatever, until I said go, he shouldn't touch me. Which means when I go to tell you, you should be stepping in to protect me. I'm not saying you got to punch this man in the face or do anything crazy, but it's your job to step in and make sure I'm okay, or make sure that someone knows, whoever the person is, whoever the offender is, make sure that they know that's not okay and you're not having it. And I didn't think it was cool. That's not really the vibe. You know what I mean? But that's me. That's just talking about gender roles. That's just what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? That's just how I think. There are some women that I've come across, or some people that are, some women that I've come across or have been friends with, where for whatever reason they feel like, I don't need no man. I don't need him to protect me. I don't need to do this. Da, 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 da. I do. I quite literally do. And I'm not saying I need you. You know what I mean? Like I can hold my own. But if we're dating or we're talking or something like that, hello, party of one protection for me here, please. I am 5 foot, I got a small frame. I don't got time. I don't have time for none of this. And that's what you're here for. I look at my partner, my person for protection. You're my man up. Be my man. Get in front of me. Do some man stuff. Take my trash out, please. Other than that, like, we could get a little malleable here. You know what I mean? We could get a little malleable when it comes to what the roles are. If he just to bring it back around, if he paid for the first date, you can at least offer to pay for the second date. And I don't know when I started doing this, but I'm a very firm believer, like, first date, I think if you asked me out on whoever asked should pay. Basically, you ask me out on the first date, you should pay for this shit. You ask me out. Second date, if I am asking you to come out with me, I'll pay. Now, whether you allow me to or not, that's one thing. But please know in your mind, if I ask you, we should go get dinner and drinks, I am intending to pay for that date. I am not expecting you to pull your card out at all. I asked you on a date. I want to take you out. And then I guess that's all, like, that's also a question to me. So for me, whoever is asking the person out, they are asking with the mindset that I, asker, want to take out and treat you, askee. I should pay for it. I've never asked someone, we should go to seasons 52. You should pay for it. Unless it's like I'm in a relationship with someone and this is a joke. Get in your bed. Unless it's like I'm in a relationship with someone and now we're just like talking about going out for the night and it's like, oh, where do you want? Like we had the conversation and kind of joined together. I want to go out tonight. Okay, where you want to go? I want to go season 52. Okay, let's go. At that point, we can go Dutch. If you want to pay, you can. If I want to pay, cool. If we having a whole thing, put 2 cards down. And I have done that. There has been the argument of like, this was both of our idea. Like, let's just split it. It's fine. I'm fine to split it. That's fine. Totally fine with me. But when it gets into you as a woman expecting a man to spend a large amount of money on you, that's when it like gets a little sticky because like, why do you think he has to do that? I think it's a valid question. I think it's a valid thing to say that because even for me, I date women. I ain't taking no woman out and spending no $800 on her. Are you nuts? And if that means y'all don't want to date me, then don't date me. I'm not doing it. But if you, $186 at the lock bar, sure. If we've been talking for some time, if like I don't have to beg you for attention, you're kind, you ask me about my day, you know what I mean? We've been talking for a little bit. There's a rapport here. You have earned my attention. You've earned my money. You've earned my time. And I feel like we're on the same page and this is, you know what I mean? Like there's something behind this. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you think it's something wrong with it, you might need to reevaluate your dating standards or don't. And maybe you got people who live up to that. Like maybe there's people out here who are dropping the $800 bag or however much the price tag is, and it's not an issue. But I also think it's a thing of you need to date within your caliber of people. Because we also discussed, we're going to go along today. I might hit an hour. But we also discussed just exactly that. Dating in your caliber of people. Like you can't say, I'm only dating a man who drives a Tesla, has a 6-bedroom house, a backyard with a pool, and no kids. Meanwhile, you drive a Honda Civic, you live at home with your mama, you got 6 kids, and you don't even know how to swim. That math don't math. Because what you going to do with this man when you get him? Like, why does he have to have all that and you don't? Listen, when y'all step up to this table, bring something. You can't have him bring, like, you can't be like, I'm going to need you to bring the table and the forks and the the flat, the plates and everything, and then I'm gonna bring my mouth ready to eat. No, ain't nobody going for that. Nobody's going for that. Now you can bring the table and I'll bring everything else, food included, or I'm gonna bring the table, or you know what I mean? Like it's gotta be a partnership or a half and half. My sock is not aligned. It's driving me crazy. Wow. You can't, this can't be like, you got to date within your caliber of people. So that's not the same thing. Christian. I'm a Christian. I'm not going to go date a Muslim man. Nothing against him, but religion is a very, very heavy topic. It's a big thing. People take it seriously, as they should. It's their religion. It's no need in us doing this dance, bro, because I'm not going to the masjid with you, and I don't expect you to come to church with me or bedside Baptist with me or whatever. You gonna read the Quran, I'm gonna read the Bible. We have kids. Now what we supposed to do? Make them go halvesies? Now they got to choose a thing. I'm not doing it. So I'm very intentional about, very upfront. We're not even gonna get into this, because on my list of things I look for, that's not on there, because for me, that's never going to mesh. 2 + 2 is never going to equal 6. So that's just my thing. But I know that. So it's something that I pay attention to. I don't require things from others that I don't even have. Like, I will date a man or talk to a man or a woman or something who may still live with his parents. Because one, adulthood is the most ghetto and expensive hood I've ever lived in, and I don't recommend it for anyone. And it's expensive as shit out here. And I'm gonna be honest, if you living at home with your parents and they not like everything is copacetic and it's fine, you got your own space, they don't be all up in your face, they not minding your business. If it's no issues, do what you gotta do. Okay, I don't see anything. It's expensive to live out here on your own. I just moved out on my own. I'm 29. So how can I expect someone else to be living in their own house and stuff when it's like, sis, you just got your own shit. Who are you to judge? No one. But like, it's stuff like that where I don't require that type of stuff from a man or a woman, because I just got that. You know what I mean? So is it nice if you have it? Absolutely. But I am now at a place where if you need, and I don't invite people to my house, but if we needed to do something or wanted to spend time or something like that, I have a home. If I feel comfortable, come to my house. If not, do you have a job? Because you got to have a job. Because guess what we could do? Go half on a hotel. We could get a B&B, anything like that. But I'm not being delusional and requiring something of someone that I only acquired myself not too long ago. And that's a problem, is that sometimes men and women, I feel, they require what they don't have, which another thing we talked about as far as men and women go is that someone made a statement that men are easier than women. Ugh, I ate the mic. And someone in the chat got very upset about this. And basically didn't agree and was like, y'all not dating a man who's, don't got money and da-da-da. It came back to the money thing. Whatever the case, I can't, like, something, along those lines. And the women were basically like, you show a man some attention, you might maybe send him a nude or something like that. And like, men are not hard to get. And so they called them easy. And I was like, they're not wrong. Like, I'm gonna be very honest. That man was right when he mentioned the $800 date and all that stuff. And they were right when they said that sometimes men are easier than women. There used to be like this, I don't remember who said it, but it was like this whole thing about send a bitch a smiley face, bitches love smiley faces. And it's like, you send a man the little tongue out emoji or the you know what I mean? Like, you send them some slick stuff. Men are easy. I just said it in my last episode. Easy to bag. I may not know the words to say, but I know the actions to say to get you to do what I want to do. It's not a man versus, you know what I mean? It's just fact. Like, y'all would like to think that y'all are hard creatures to acquire, but you're not. Because here's the thing, men do a lot of the chasing. And I think, leaning into the gender roles, when a woman starts to chase a man, immediately the draws drop. Because he don't have to do all the work now. So he's interested in you doing something that he usually has to do. And this nigga just got to kick his feet up, lean back, and just enjoy. You know what I mean? Like, I think that plays a part in it, is the fact that sometimes if you're doing something that he usually has to do, he gonna lean into you a little bit more. I don't think it's anything wrong. I think the word easy has a negative connotation, obviously, because I wouldn't want to be called easy either. So I apologize. But I think it makes him a little more attainable. I think it's easier to acquire a man when you start doing things that he usually has to do, because he like a little interested a little bit. Like, you're doing the stuff that he has to do, and he likes that. He likes the same way women we like the chase. We like when men show us interest and stuff like that. They like it too. That's why I started buying men flowers. Like, not men, because I don't date men, but like, I started buying, if I talk to a man or date a man or something like that, it's okay to get him some flowers, because they love flowers now. All the men out here on the Instagrams and stuff, they out here making their own bouquets and stuff. Y'all seen them on Instagram? It's this one guy I follow. He goes and gets himself flowers every week. He puts the little bouquet together. He trims it. He has a little like bleach and water concoction that he puts in the vase, and every week it's a part of his routine. He does it with his Sunday meal prep. I can't think of his name. He works out too. Very handsome man. But my point is, the men like the flowers too nowadays. Get that man some flowers. You show up on the first date, y'all should give each other flowers. It's very cute. I don't know if it's cute for sure, because I haven't gone on a date in a very long time. But if I went on a date, I would like someone to give me flowers, and I will give them flowers too, because I think it's cute. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sick of men. I'm sick of women. I'm sick of anyone who breathes. I'm sick of anyone who looks and does anything with anything at all, at any time, at any point in place. I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. This has been the most exhausting, it's only Tuesday, ever. And it's I've had enough. You know what I mean? I've had enough. I'm tired of arguing with people. I'm tired of fighting with people. I'm tired of seeing grown people fight over stuff like $800 dates and stuff like that. When it's like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? We don't have to do this. It is Black History Month. First of all, happy Black History Month, Black folks. White folks, if you're watching this, and I don't think that you are, but if you are, you should be ashamed. And I know that you didn't do it, but I just want you to feel, just, you know what I mean? Because that ain't right, what y'all was doing. Or not you, but this is our month. How about this? If you're a white person, cash app a black person $5. I said $5 just because it's easy for them to do, but cash app someone $5, Venmo them $5, and put in the note, sorry, or put a, no, don't put a black fist. Don't put a black fist. Just put for you. I'm so sorry for my people. Put sorry for my people. There you go. So then, and every time one of y'all get a $5, then y'all need to send me $2. For every 5 you get, send me 2. Perfect. But yeah, happy Black History Month, Black folks. Can't believe I didn't say that. That's what I meant to say when I first said that. I couldn't remember. It was happy Black History Month. Yeah, Black folks getting on my nerves. I tell you that. If I was in a white chat, I wouldn't have this problem. There was a white woman in our chat. Poor thing. She was run off by a black. Because for some reason, someone thought it was appropriate to say that they were taken aback by her whiteness. And she ain't been in the chat since then. So there's that. I am looking up my my quote, my affirmation or whatever. Because I wanted to do a quote by a black woman. This is Black History Month. So we went over today, but that's because I really needed to get this out because I was annoyed, irritated, and bothered by this dumb ass topic. Well, let me take that back. The topic is not dumb. The way people have been acting lately in regard to this topic is fucking dumb. Oh, darn, I need a title. Buy that man some flowers. No, I don't want to make it. I guess I could, huh? What if I make it switch gender roles? Like the black word will be switch real big. And then the fancy one will be gender roles. Or buy that man some flowers. It's going to be one of the two. I haven't decided yet. Switch gender roles. Buy that man some flowers. Maybe buy that man some flowers. I don't know. When it comes out, you'll know what it is, what I've decided on. Maybe I'll ask. No. Because y'all don't give me an answer and I won't like it and I'll just lie and not use it. So if you don't remember, we are doing affirmations or positive quotes or whatever, however you want to say it at the end of each episode. And since it's Black History Month, we are going to do quotes only by Blacks. Black woman today. The Maya Angelou. This is a quote that my mom has in her email signature ever since I've been old enough to receive an email from this woman. This has been her signature at the end of her email. She says it all the time. She said it when I was growing up. She'll say it to you now. She'll say it to you tomorrow. She says it. This is what she lives by. And I guarantee you, Mom, I know you're watching this. Go ahead and put down in the comment box before I even say it. Go ahead and type what it is. She types real fast. My mom types like 1,000 words per minute. So just give her, I'm looking at the clock, give her 5 seconds so she can type it. Hold on. 5. Okay. I know you got it, girl. Perfect. Don't be cheating and look at the comments before I could get a chance to say it out to you. Maya Angelou says, I lost my whole train of thought just now. Never make someone a priority when all you are to them is an option. Okay? So, when we're talking about gender roles and last week dating, and the week before that, boundaries. See how it all comes together? Okay? I'm doing this podcast thing. You feel me? Okay. Sorry. When it comes to all of that, remember that you are the prize. And I'm talking to the men and the women. Men specifically, I know it's tough. I know we be hard on y'all. America is hard on y'all, especially Black men. I'm trying so hard to give Black men leniency. Sometimes y'all make me want to smack the piss out of you. But then sometimes it's like, oh my gosh. Black men. I love Black men. My dad's Black man. My brother is a Black man. I know Black men. Okay. Sometimes you just got to get it together. Okay. But that goes for women too, because I've dated some Black women. I love Black women. I came from a Black woman. My grandmama's a Black woman. And sometimes y'all are annoying as shit. You know what I mean? But we all working here. We all love each other. So you just got to figure it out. You know what I mean? Could you figure it out? But either way, don't let someone else, be it Black or white, make you feel like shit. If someone is making you feel like an option, let's go ahead and get up out of there. If someone makes you feel less than, let's go ahead and skate, because we're not putting up with this. This is the year of yes. This is the year of me. It's a me season. We're not going to deal with that. If you have to question it ever at any point, leave. Always trust your intuition. My mom that's another thing. She's very, very follow your first mind. She's very, very serious about intuition, following your first mind. Whatever your gut says, that's the thing you should do. She tells me all the time, follow your first mind. When I don't follow my first mind, I end up with my ass whooped. I end up kicked out my mama's house. I end up with my keys taken. I end up broke, poor, dumped, looking beat up, dumb, and disgusted. And now I follow my first mind. So follow your first mind always, because your intuition, your gut, you will never steer you wrong, unless you're a crazy person. And then you can't trust, like, you know what I mean? But y'all not that. And if you are, don't tell anyone that you are. Yeah. So you are not an option. You are the prize. You are the priority. Top 2, and no, you're not number 2. Come on. So we are going to get out of here because I have talked to you for an hour and 2 minutes, and I still need to eat. And it is 9:50 at night. I think that says. I need glasses. But thank you for tuning in. As usual, you guys are the highlight of my week. Episode 6. Girl, we need to talk. Like, subscribe, send to a friend, share, comment. Follow me on Instagram. Follow the pod on Instagram. Bang, pow. Watch out now. It's the little one and I'm not Bow Wow. Okay, ADHD. I gotta go. I love y'all. Have a good weekend. Have a good week. Do your weekly highlight. And stay black and stay beautiful. It's Black History Month. Okay?